You're about to find out the truth. Finally, God is exposing your brother, and what he's been hiding will leave you speechless. Open immediately. Archangel Michael says, there comes a time when what has been buried in shadows can no longer stay hidden. The weight of secrets eventually bends the very air around them, pressing until revelation bursts forth like thunder cracking across the sky. Today, your brother's concealed actions are no longer safe in the darkness, for God Himself has chosen to shine a light that cannot be ignored. You may not have sensed it clearly, but there has been a silent disturbance circling you, a stirring energy that refuses to rest until the truth finds its voice. The unseen movements have carried whispers in the night, glances that don't match the words spoken, and signs that pointed to a reality you were never meant to overlook. Now that reality is here, knocking on the doors of your spirit with a sound too urgent to dismiss. This revelation is not a coincidence, nor is it a simple moment of chance, it is a divine appointment designed to free you. The truth about your brother carries weight, and it is not a small weight, but a matter tied to destiny, trust, and the unfolding of your path. Heaven has seen the hidden actions and is stepping in to ensure nothing delays the justice of truth any longer. There is a reason you are here reading this now, and that reason is bigger than curiosity, it is divine timing. What is about to be revealed will shock you, not because it comes from an enemy far away, but because it comes from the very one you thought stood beside you in protection. Yet even in this shaking revelation, you are not left without guidance, for the angels are stationed around you to ensure you rise above it. The story begins not with loud accusations, but with subtle signs that built themselves into a storm behind the scenes. Your brother carried himself with a mask that appeared trustworthy, but beneath that mask, decisions were made that could alter the foundation of your life. These choices, hidden for so long, are now reaching a breaking point where exposure is the only outcome. In the halls of secrecy, your brother aligned himself with people who do not carry your best interest at heart. Their intentions were never to lift you up, but to place you in a position where your worth could be questioned, and your blessings hindered. This is not hearsay, it is divine insight piercing through the veil, exposing what human eyes would easily miss. The path he chose was one paved with deception, and for a while, it seemed he could keep it quiet. But heaven never allows deceit to rule forever, and the moment arrives when the truth demands to be seen. That moment has come, and you are standing at the threshold of it. You will soon learn that his actions were not merely private mistakes but deliberate moves meant to keep something away from you. Whether through fear, envy, or selfish desire, he placed himself in the shadows while you remained in the light. And now those shadows can no longer protect him. Archangel Michael says, the battle is not just about family, it is about the strength of your spirit to face betrayal and still remain unshaken. Your brother's secret has layers, each one deeper than the last, and the unraveling of it will test your emotions. But heaven reassures you that though the truth may wound, it will not break you. Every hidden action carries an energy, and that energy eventually manifests in the physical world. The actions your brother kept buried are surfacing now because the time has come for accountability, for no hidden thing can outlast the divine eye. This moment is a cleansing, a purification that will cut through lies and open the way for true freedom. Understand this, what is revealed will feel like a storm shaking your house. But storms do not come to destroy, they come to wash away what cannot stand, leaving behind a foundation more solid than before. This storm is part of your destiny, and it is necessary for the blessings waiting for you. Your brother thought the silence would last forever, that the masks he wore would continue to fool even the closest eyes. But heaven never sleeps, and now the silence has ended, the curtain is pulled back, and the stage of truth is lit. The next moments of your journey will not only expose him but also elevate you. Type Amen to get Divine Blessing 3395. The secret he carries is not small, it is tied to something that has influenced your opportunities, your relationships, and even your peace. For too long, you may have felt setbacks that didn't seem to have a clear explanation. Those unexplained blockages now point back to actions that your brother kept hidden. The angelic realm wants you to know that the exposure is not meant to shame, but to realign. Your brother's choices were like stones in the river, forcing the water of your blessings to shift directions. With those stones now being removed, the flow will return, stronger and clearer than before. This is why the truth can no longer wait, for the delay has already been long. What he has hidden involves matters of trust, matters of inheritance, matters of words spoken in rooms where your name was mentioned without your knowledge. It is bigger than you imagine, but not bigger than the hand of God upon your life. The angels are not here to point fingers, but to strengthen you. They know the weight of betrayal is heavy, but they also know that with this exposure comes a freedom you have not yet tasted. You are being prepared to step into that freedom now. Type Amen to get Divine Blessing 4497. Archangel Michael says, pay attention to the sudden shifts around you in the coming days. Certain conversations will suddenly open up, certain documents may resurface, and certain people may speak words they were once too afraid to share. These are not coincidences, they are the unraveling of the truth heaven has ordained. The exposure of your brother's secret will not only surprise you, but it will shock those around him. Many thought he carried an image of loyalty, but loyalty is proven in actions, not appearances. Those actions are being brought forward as undeniable evidence of what he has truly done. For years, the veil was strong, stitched together by silence and convenience. But now the threads are snapping, one by one, until the entire covering falls apart before your eyes. And when it does, there will be no more hiding, no more pretending, no more illusions to cling to. You will see clearly, and once you see, you will never be able to unsee again. That is the power of truth, it opens your eyes to a reality that changes everything from that moment forward. And though it may sting, that sting is only the beginning of your rising. The moment of revelation is approaching like a tide that cannot be held back. Even now, the energy of truth is pressing against the walls your brother built, shaking the foundations of the lies he once believed were unbreakable. Every wall falls when heaven declares it, and soon you will witness the collapse. What he thought could remain secret has already reached the ears of angels, and now it is traveling toward you with undeniable clarity. He may still attempt to smile, to act as if nothing is wrong, but inside him is the panic of someone who knows his time is running out. The fear he feels is the confirmation that exposure is at hand. This truth is not to harm you but to prepare you for what comes next. When lies are revealed, the chains they created must also break, and with those chains gone, you will finally step into a season unblocked, unchained, and unstoppable. Your destiny cannot remain tied to what he tried to bury. God's hand is not heavy against you, but protective, shielding you from what you could not see. This is why the revelation is here now, not later, for the timing of heaven is perfect, and the delay is no more. You are about to be set free by knowledge, and with freedom comes strength. Your brother's actions were layered like hidden passages in a house, rooms built in silence, doors kept shut so no one would discover what lay inside. But the light of God searches through every wall, and even the thickest doors cannot keep truth away forever. The secrets are already trembling, unable to withstand the weight of divine exposure. The angels have seen him speak words that never reached your ears. They have watched him exchange promises with people who smiled in your face but turned against you when your back was turned. These alliances were meant to weaken you, but in the end, they will only strengthen you when the truth becomes known. Your brother's shadow has stretched further than you imagined, and that shadow explains moments of loss, confusion, and frustration you once felt. But now you are being told not to fear the shadow, because the light is greater, and once revealed, the shadow disappears into nothing. That disappearance is about to happen right before you. This exposure will be a moment of divine justice, a balancing of scales that have been tilted too long. The heaviness you once carried unknowingly because of his actions will lift, and you will finally breathe freely without invisible weights pressing on your spirit. That is the promise of heaven in this season. Type Amen to get divine blessing 7720. Archangel Michael says, the time of pretending is finished, and the age of clarity is here. Your brother cannot cover what God Himself has decided to reveal, for no human effort is stronger than divine will. The hidden plan is unraveling, thread by thread, until nothing remains but the raw truth. This unveiling may begin in whispers, but it will end in a declaration so loud it cannot be silenced. Those who once doubted you will stand shocked, realizing that what was concealed was far darker than they imagined. Yet even in their shock, you will stand strong, for you were warned before it arrived. There is a preparation happening in your spirit right now. The very fact you are reading these words is proof that God's timing is aligned with your awareness. You are not caught off guard, you are being made ready to receive the truth with strength and grace. The enemy tried to use your brother's choices to create a web of confusion, but that web is now being torn apart. Every thread spun in secrecy is snapping, leaving nothing but a path of clarity for you to walk upon. This is a divine dismantling that no one can reverse. The angels want you to understand that this revelation will bring more than just surprise, it will bring clarity about things that once made no sense. Doors that closed suddenly, friendships that turned cold, blessings that seemed delayed, all of these threads connect back to what your brother has done in the shadows. But once the truth is fully revealed, those unanswered puzzles will finally make sense. There is relief in knowing, even when the knowing hurts. Relief comes because the invisible weight finally becomes visible, and when you see it, you can let it go. This is not just exposure of him, it is healing for you. Your story does not end in betrayal but in breakthrough. The very act of exposure becomes the doorway to blessings that were being blocked, and once the door is open, it cannot be shut again. That doorway is swinging wide for you even now. God has not forgotten you in the midst of this storm. In fact, this storm is proof that heaven is working for you, shaking away the false structures so only truth remains. And in that truth, your future is secured. Type Amen to get divine blessing 9244. The revelation about your brother is not something small, it is a wave that carries years of weight within it. It will crash, and when it does, the sound will echo through every corner where lies once whispered. This is the moment where silence ends, and truth roars with a voice that cannot be silenced. Your brother's decisions were not only about him, they stretched into your life, your peace, and your path. Each hidden move he made created ripples that touched you without your consent. Those ripples are finally circling back to their source, and soon, everyone will see them clearly. This is not happening to break your family apart, but to restore balance. Families cannot thrive when secrets dominate, and this is why heaven has chosen to reveal what your brother hid. The revelation is not just about him, it is about setting the family free from unseen chains. You are stepping into the position of strength, even if at first it feels heavy. This is why your awareness is being expanded now, because you must walk forward with both wisdom and courage. When the truth lands, you will be ready to handle it. Archangel Michael says, the exposure will come in waves, not all at once. First, a subtle hint, then a stronger sign, then undeniable evidence that cannot be dismissed. This is how God ensures the truth arrives in a way you cannot ignore. The first wave will shock you, but the second will confirm what you sensed, and the third will leave no room for doubt. Each layer will strip away the covering until all that remains is the undeniable truth. That truth will stand tall, no matter how much he may try to fight it. Your brother believed his actions could stay hidden forever, but forever is not stronger than divine timing. Now, the clock of heaven has struck the hour of revelation, and everything he buried is rising up like smoke from fire. The smoke cannot be pushed back, it always finds its way to the surface. The angels are watching closely, ensuring that as this storm unfolds, you remain protected. They are holding you so that your heart is not crushed, but strengthened. Even in the shock, you will feel a divine hand steadying you. Type Amen to get divine blessing 11772. The truth about your brother is tied to more than words, it connects to choices he made in hidden places, decisions that influenced your path without you realizing it. This is why some seasons felt blocked, why certain doors closed without explanation. The truth is the missing piece of the puzzle, and it is about to be placed before you. He sat in conversations where your name was spoken, and he did not defend you as you thought he would. Instead, he chose silence, or worse, he aligned with those who wished to see you stumble. Those choices cannot remain covered any longer. This exposure will not only change how you see him, but how others see him as well. The image he carefully built will shatter in the light of truth, and the reality behind it will leave many stunned. That is the power of revelation, it shifts everything in a single moment. Your brother may attempt to deny, to twist, or to explain, but none of it will matter when evidence stands tall. The truth does not need defending, it speaks for itself. And when it speaks, no voice can shout louder than it. Type Amen to get divine blessing 12409. You must prepare your spirit for what is coming, because truth always brings both release and responsibility. Release, because the burden finally lifts. Responsibility, because once you know, you cannot return to ignorance. The angels assure you that you are strong enough to face this. What your brother has hidden may sting, but it will not destroy you. Instead, it will mark the moment you rise into clarity like never before. This is not punishment, it is positioning. God is not removing him to hurt you, but to clear the path for blessings that require truth to stand as the foundation. Lies cannot carry destiny, but truth always can. The silence is ending now, and what is spoken in the coming days will confirm everything you feel stirring in your spirit. Pay attention, because every word, every action, and every shift is part of the unfolding. Heaven is guiding it all. Type Amen to get divine blessing 13651. The hour of truth is upon you, and there is no turning back. Your brother's secrets are trembling under the weight of exposure, and the pressure is too great for them to remain buried. Heaven has decreed that what was hidden must now come into the light. This revelation will shift more than just your perspective, it will alter the course of events unfolding around you. It will unlock doors that were unfairly sealed and open pathways that were once blocked by invisible interference. This is why the angels have been preparing you for this moment. When you see the truth, you will understand why certain seasons felt so heavy, why the road was harder than it should have been. It was not coincidence, it was influence, coming from someone far closer than you realized. But now, those influences are being stripped away by the fire of God's justice. Your brother's hidden actions have run their course, and the time of deception has expired. No mask can hold against the eyes of heaven, no pretense can withstand the blaze of truth. The unveiling will be undeniable, and it will demand acknowledgement from everyone who once doubted. Type Amen to get divine blessing 14228. Archangel Michael says, "You will not walk through this alone." He stands with his sword of light, cutting through the lies that once wrapped themselves around your destiny. His presence ensures you are not only shielded but also strengthened in the days ahead. The truth may sting at first, like a sudden wound, but wounds heal when they are cleansed, and this is a cleansing moment. The lies are being washed away, leaving only clarity, strength, and freedom. You will look back on this season and see it not as an ending, but as a rebirth. Those who once sided with your brother will now see clearly, their eyes open to what they once ignored. The alliances he built in the shadows will crumble, for no structure built on deceit can endure. This crumbling is the justice of heaven at work. The blessings long delayed are now on their way, unhindered, unobstructed, unstoppable. Your future is not chained to his choices any longer, for God himself has broken the ties that bound you to what was hidden. You are walking into light, and in that light, nothing can stop you. Type Amen to get divine blessing 15570. This revelation will close one chapter and open another. The chapter of silence, confusion, and hidden betrayal ends, and the chapter of clarity, strength, and breakthrough begins. That is the divine exchange taking place right now. You are not a victim of this story, you are the victor rising from it. Every attempt to dim your light has failed, and the exposure of truth is the final proof that heaven fights for you. You are stepping into a future marked by freedom and favor. Your brother's hidden ways cannot define your destiny, for destiny belongs to God, and God has already written your victory. The unveiling is only the confirmation of what heaven declared long ago, that no weapon formed in secret will succeed against you. This is the assurance you carry now. Take this moment as a sign that your life is shifting. The chains of deception are falling, the shadows are breaking, and the truth is standing tall before you. You are walking into the season that was always meant for you. Type Amen to get divine blessing 16841. The revelation is heavy, but your spirit is stronger. You were chosen to stand in this moment because God knew you could bear it and rise above it. And rise you will, stronger, wiser, and untouchable by the schemes that once tried to hold you down. This is more than a family matter, it is a divine alignment, ensuring that your path is cleared for the greatness ahead. No betrayal, no secret, no hidden word will stop the blessings that have your name on them. You are stepping into those blessings now. The angels rejoice because truth has finally triumphed. They have waited for this moment, knowing that once the veil is lifted, nothing can stop the glory of your next season. That moment is here, and it is unfolding before your very eyes. Your brother's exposure is not the end of your story, it is the proof that your story is protected by God Himself. And in that protection, you will walk forward unshaken, unstoppable, and crowned with victory. Type Amen to get divine blessing 17492. The revelation about your brother is not the final destination, it is only the opening of a greater path before you. With every secret exposed, there is a shifting of seasons, and you are now stepping into a cycle where truth reigns stronger than shadow. This means the things once delayed will finally begin to move toward you unhindered. You may notice subtle changes in your life almost immediately after this unveiling. Opportunities that once seemed blocked will suddenly open, conversations will shift in your favor, and doors that were locked for no reason will be unlocked. These are not coincidences, they are signs that the blockage has been removed. Your brother's secret carried weight, and with its exposure, that weight no longer presses against your destiny. The heaviness in your atmosphere will begin to lift, and clarity will replace the fog that once surrounded your decisions. You will sense a lightness in your spirit, as though invisible chains have been cut away. This is the beauty of God's timing, though it may seem late in human eyes, it is always perfect in divine design. You were never abandoned, never overlooked, and never left vulnerable without protection. The delay was only the preparation for a breakthrough so strong that no hand of deception can hold it back again. Type Amen to get divine blessing 19177. Archangel Michael says, with every truth exposed, there is also a crown of strength placed upon you. You have endured seasons where trust was betrayed, but those seasons have forged within you a resilience that cannot be shaken. Now that strength will carry you into higher levels of destiny. Your brother's actions may have attempted to block your path, but what God ordains can never be stolen. Even in the midst of betrayal, heaven was working behind the scenes to protect what was yours. And now, the unveiling ensures that what belongs to you will arrive in your hands untouched. This revelation is a shift not only in your family but in the spiritual realm around you. The exposure is echoing into unseen places, dismantling plots, silencing lies, and removing every false alliance that stood against your purpose. With every crumbling wall, you gain more freedom. Your steps are now guarded more than ever, for the angels understand that after truth comes both victory and temptation. The temptation to feel bitterness, to let anger consume you, or to let betrayal harden your heart will try to rise. But heaven assures you that if you hold on to peace, the blessings will flow in greater measure. Type Amen to get divine blessing 20704. The exposure of your brother is not the end of relationships, but the beginning of restoration. Truth brings wounds to the surface, but wounds heal when light touches them. Healing may take time, but once it begins, no shadow will remain. You are called not to live in the pain of betrayal, but to rise in the power of resilience. This is why your story is bigger than what your brother did. It is about how you overcome and move forward into greatness. What was meant to block you will become the very proof of your rising. Others will soon witness this shift in you, and they will not understand how you still shine after such a revelation. They will see the grace on you and know that it was not human strength but divine covering that carried you. This is the testimony you will hold in your heart forever. Your brother's actions may have shocked you, but they cannot define you. You are defined by destiny, by divine promise, and by the unshakable hand of God upon your life. That definition is stronger than any shadow of betrayal. Type Amen to get divine blessing 21866. The truth will not only set you free, it will elevate you. There are blessings waiting beyond this storm that require your eyes to be fully open. Now that they are, nothing can stop you from claiming what is yours. You will see shifts in relationships as people begin to reveal their true loyalty. Some will draw nearer because they finally see your worth, while others will distance themselves because the lies they once trusted are gone. Both movements are blessings, for both serve to clear your path. Your journey from here is marked with divine acceleration. What once took years will now take months, what once felt delayed will suddenly arrive swiftly, and what once seemed impossible will manifest before your eyes. This is the reward of standing strong through the storm of revelation. Remember this: you are not stepping into the future alone. Angels surround you, guiding, protecting, and strengthening you at every turn. This revelation is not just about your brother, it is about preparing you for the greatness waiting ahead. Type Amen to get divine blessing 22491.